think about
Yeah.
that?
I think that the main reason why a lot of Filipinos, specifically Filipino Americans, or in terms of Asian Americans, specifically Filipino Americans, I think one of the reasons why they are oftentimes the most open in racial dating is because we have the most dysfunctional tie to our own culture. I remember growing up, I had Vietnamese friends who went to Vietnamese school and they learned how to read and write. I remember Chinese friends who went to Chinese school and they learned how to read and write. And so you're looking at all these other Asian people who they cooked the food, they spoke the language, they visited their home country, whereas Filipino people don't do any of that. Most of the Filipino people who were born here cannot speak a lick of their dialect, not one bit. I mean, we can understand a little bit, but absolutely no Thai. And I think that Filipino people are so heavily Americanized that dating a black woman or dating a white woman or a Latin woman is just as normal to them as dating a Filipino woman. And so I think that for them, um, that's why you see a lot of Filipino guys who, got into the hip hop culture because, what culture did we have? We we don't have a Filipino town like they do have a Japantown or a Chinatown, and so I think that our culture in and of itself was just non-existent, and so we just started adopting a lot of these different elements from everywhere else. I mean, even for me, I take on certain influences from Japanese culture or for Korean culture because I don't even have an idea of what it even means to be a Filipino. I mean, I can go to the Philippines and they wouldn't even recognize, what I am. And so I think that that plays a big part. The fact that we just don't have a culture and that we're sort of just this really blank slate.
I